Today, my friend, we summarize the second movie in the Maxine movie series, which consists of 3 movies, but the last video summarized the movie Pearl. Today, we will specialize in the movie in the previous video, or a quick summary of the previous video. If you had not watched it, we knew or were introduced to the character of Pearl, who is a girl whose dream was to be a famous ballet story, and everyone knew her. But her dream stood in front of many people, so she literally finished them without any hesitation, and the last thing we saw was her. Her husband, Howard, came from the army and came to her house and saw her after she had done all the conversations, and this crime took place from the year 1918 to the year 1979, meaning 61 years after these events in Mexico City. We also see the police present at the Pearl Ranch, which was a literal massacre with blood and corpses everywhere. This Sheriff Dler goes downstairs and is shocked by what he saw. In order to know what happened, we have to go back in time 24 hours. Laura is in the city of Houston. We are currently seeing Maxine, a beautiful and cute girl, and she also remains a famous actress, and everyone knows her. Yes, this girl is the actress who also played a character. The important thing is that Pearl comes to her lover, the director whose name is Wayne, and he takes her because they move to the filming location. They have Jackson and a girl named Bobby, Lauren, and RJ, who are in charge of filming and sound, taking after them and going to Pearl's farm. Why? Because Wayne doesn't have a house there on the farm for filming, so they actually reach the house and he meets. Where is an old man there? He looks very strange and sad. You feel that he is very sick and has a problem with the soldiers. At that time, Maxine notices that there is another old woman standing at the window and some workers are looking at her. So she goes to the house next to them, and the old man tells them at that time that he does not want to shower in this place. The most important thing is that he and his wife never go near his house, which is next to them, and he looks at Maxine with astonishment and then walks away. The men are
Hey, quick heads up for anyone juggling multiple accounts or deep in the affiliate marketing game. This might save you a ton of stress. We recently came across GoLogin, an anti-detect browser, and honestly, it's been a total game changer. Why GoLogin? The account ban struggle. You know how random account bans can wreck your day? Whether it's social media or affiliate networks, one ban can freeze your funds, waste hours creating and warming up new accounts, and just throw off your whole workflow. GoLogin helps prevent all that by keeping your accounts safe and sound. The multi-account headache. Managing a bunch of accounts usually means constant switching, logging in and out. It's a hassle. GoLogin lets you manage everything from one dashboard. No more hopping around. No more chaos. Staying under the radar. Ever had your activity flagged or restricted for looking suspicious? GoLogin's anti-detect tech helps you fly under the radar, avoiding those annoying red flags that can slow you down. And the best part? It's super simple to use. If this sounds like something you need, I've got a special link for you with 40% off. Just for our community. You'll find it down in the description. GoLogin, the best browser for managing multiple accounts.
creatively preparing themselves for filming. Maxine is at the lake when she has time to swim and relax, and we find that the old woman is also watching her, but that is not the problem. The problem is that if you remember, there is a crocodile in this lake. And his name is his hand is in the lake as I saw before, but I mean it's not that bad. In general, after a while you see Maxie from afar. This woman loves what her story is, exactly, so she sprinkles her sweet lemon juice on her face and tells her about herself, and tells her that in the past she and her husband Howard were very happy. Yes, her husband. Howard, what does this mean? This means that this woman remains Pearl. We will know more now. The important thing is that you tell her that she wanted to be a famous dancer, but circumstances almost prevented her from doing so. She and her husband looked like this because of the Spanish flu. If she remembers, her father also looked like this. However, he was sitting, and the Spanish flu completely destroyed him. The important thing is that Byrne here understands Exine that she thinks she is beautiful, and calm. She remains famous, and everyone knows her exactly as she looks. I mean, at that time he comes and Maxine decides to walk so that he does not see her in her outfit, but at night RJ goes out and takes the stroller because he goes to get some things. But he meets Pearl, and he says to her, "Mother, are you lost or what? Come. I will give you to your husband," your mother said to him. "Okay, good man," and one time, she sprays the knife in his neck. No, and she also puts the knife on his neck. As for home, Lauren would wake up and look for RJ. She literally could not find him anywhere. She would love to tell her, "You will find me here, 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 and here." In the morning, we kept looking for him, but she was weighing on his brain. In Beirut, he was walking, stepping on a nail in the wood, hurting his leg. When he hears a voice outside, he looks from his side to see what is wrong with him. But suddenly we see a fork coming out of an opening, throwing at me, and we see that Briar was the one who did that with his favorite weapon, which is the fork. On the other side, she goes to Lauren, who comes back and asks him if he saw RJ or anything. So he tells her what? This friend of yours disappeared. So he said that Pearl was definitely the reason. So he tells her about his wife Beryl. So she tells him that she does not know. So he took her inside and tells her that they must look for them. And because it is dark, they will take the flashlights. But unfortunately, I have one scout with me. There is a flashlight under the view of a dome. Come down, sorry, come to me and come. Come on, girl. It's me. He's a big man and you can't get over. Okay, Hajj, I'm going down. You're not really thirsty. You go downstairs and find a searchlight underneath. But when you come out, you find Howard locking the door on her and you don't know how to get out. When you go down to the basement again, you see a walnut hanging on Pasha's road. And this is the body that the warden saw at the beginning of the movie. That's why. He was shocked, and Howard went to Jack's and said that he was looking for his wife and needed his help. So he agreed and went with him until they reached the lake, and there they shot Howard in the chest. He finished with him, and then Pearl entered the house to Maxie. She sleeps next to her and takes her in her arms, full of blood. She takes on this terrifying appearance and makes a sound of terror and shaking in the second room. She pulls Bobby to the sound and sees Brielle as she is leaving Maxime's house running and going to check on Maxine, who was terrified, while Laura continues to break the door with an axe and tries to open the door, but Hurd comes and breaks her teddy bear, so she gives it. She goes under the second one. Bobby keeps leaving Max and goes out looking for Jackson and Wayne, but then she meets Pearl, so she likes to tell her that she must go home to people who are old and sick, so she treats you with a pen and tells her, "I'm not sick at all. Why do people like you have everything here?" What she meant was that she didn't like blonde girls, so if they thought it was the same as what happened with Misty, then they told them that they were taking blonde girls. But since then, Pearl didn't like blonde girls, so even if she thought, she killed Misty right after her. The important thing is that after she hit her, she threw her into the water. Suddenly, Ard comes and tells her, "Is this Maxine?" or what she tells him, "No, this is the hair girl." You know that she doesn't like hair girls who have yellow hair. The important thing is that Maxine and her were terrified and didn't know what to do. Ard came and walked into the house where Maxine was, and Brielle was very upset, because this is Maxine's love and she has never met anyone like her. So Howard consoled her and they slept for a while. I swear I wanted Maxine to be under the bed. And the first time they slept, she went away quietly and went running to their car to escape. But she heard Laura's voice in Pearl's house, so she wanted to see her, and she found her in the basement. So she wanted to go out and be. She is very devastated and tells her that she did not want to come, and they were the ones who influenced this, and that she hates all of them and runs closer to the house. But Howard is a quarter of a shot away, so she hides from them. Maxime hides from them. When Howard tries to take a body from the basement, Laura gets out of her room like this one time. So the house is shaken and he comes. He was silent and dying, so I became very upset with him. At that time, Maxime came with a gun that she found there, and she tells her where the keys to his car are, so she tells her where they are, and she responds. Maxine comes to her and tells her that she will report her and expose her, but Bear tells her, "You are a cantaloupe." Ben, do you know what a cantaloupe means? So she became fanatical. She hits a bullet, but the gun is empty, so she pockets the gun from the walnut to hit it. She shoots a bullet and it flies far away. The bullet doesn't hit Maxine at all, and she's unable to hit it again, so she tells her, "Max, the important thing is that she takes the stroller, and she walks on her brain and picks up its juice, and she takes some of it and walks away from this whole massacre." The second day in the morning, the warden finds the video camera and finds all these bodies, but there is no evidence to convict anyone of those present. But what is certain is that Maxine in the video is still alive. And she is the only evidence and the only one or the only person who remained alive in this massacre. Will there be a sequel in the movie, Maxine or not? We will see, but there is definitely a sequel, but will it be completed yet? I don't know. What I do know is that it will be Maxine's movie. This is a solid movie.